Quite some time ago, Cairo sparked a thought to reply with a video. I have been working on it off and on, and finally, this is part one of that reply. I don't know the question anymore. This part is a small tour through the Old Testament on how the dough image connects to Gentile inclusion. It is a small grasp with the hope Paul gives us in Romans 11:15-17. The first piece of dough shows that what is first, the patriarchal covenantal center, confers identity to the whole lump. When parts of that lump are dispersed among the nations, Gentile conversion becomes a social and theological means by which the whole can be reconstituted under that one holy root. This ritual makes a small portion holy and, by that consecration, marks the whole batch as belonging to God. Paul borrows that logic. What is first in origin confers identity to the whole people. The festival practice reinforces that the first represents the community standing before God. The whole harvest participates in the holiness of the firstfruits. This ritual background explains why Paul can speak of a first piece shaping the lump. Covenant curses foresee dispersion as a consequence of covenant failure. Paul treats this scattering as a historical condition into which the gospel enters. Dispersion sets the stage for Gentile inclusion without erasing Israel's identity. The biblical tradition narrates exile as communal judgment that nevertheless remains within God's covenant story. That continuity keeps open the possibility of corporate return. Ezekiel's vision models a corporate resurrection, in which God reconstitutes and revives the people as a body. Paul's life from the dead language echoes this hope for national reforming. The reunification of divided tribes shows that Israel's fragmentation is reversible. God intends a restored, unified people. This is a precise kind of restoration Paul anticipates. Isaiah pictures God actively gathering exiles from the nations, turning dispersion into the occasion for a renewed, visible people. Paul reads such prophecies as the horizon for his argument. The new covenant promises inward transformation and corporate renewal, giving theological weight to the expectation that Israel will be reconstituted from within. Paul cites this as a covenantal basis for future restoration. Deuteronomy frames return as a covenantal reversal. Exile is not final but remedial. This legal promise undergirds Paul's confidence that the first can reform the whole. Amos links return with permanent renewal and land restoration, reinforcing the eschatological outcome Paul envisions for Israel as a corporate body. These post-70 CE writings reflect a Jewish expectation that destruction and diaspora precede divine restoration. They show the cultural horizon that makes Paul's synthesis intelligible to his readers. The Maccabean books record diaspora's suffering and the hope for national vindication, providing historical texture for the idea that scattering can be part of God's redemptive script. The dough image, prophetic promises, and Second Temple expectations converge to show that Paul's hope is corporate. God will gather and reform Israel, and Gentile inclusion participates in that one covenantal story. But now Christ has been raised from the dead, the firstfruits of those who are asleep. For since by a man came death, by a man also came the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die, so also in Christ all will be made alive, but each in his own order. Christ the firstfruits, then those who belong to Christ. This show of love from our Master is the greatest gift we could ever ask for. But if the slave plainly says, "I love my master, I will not leave as a free man," and we go to the doorpost. In Romans 1 verse 1, Paul declares his voluntary allegiance and total service to Christ. We should look to him and declare our status as a bondslave as well. And this is just part of the reason I do not hold to the "where every man did that which was right in his own eyes" free grace doctrine.